Welcome in, everyone. CBS News Texas here as we continue to follow some breaking news coming out of Fort Worth at this hour. We have just learned of a pretty serious situation that has turned deadly in the area, just in the Riverside neighborhood of Fort Worth. We're talking about the 1900 block of Delga Street. I want to go ahead and show you some aerial video, if we can, of the scene and explain to you what we're looking at here. We understand that sometime after 11:30, police responded to a call of a car that had crashed into a pole. We're learning now that 2 people were found dead as a result of that. We also know that one firefighter who responded was treated for some sort of an exposure to a hazmat situation and has been transported to a local hospital. So again, we're talking about 2 people that were found dead and a firefighter who has been taken to the hospital because of some exposure to some sort of a hazmat situation. So we know we have a sort of investigation taking place now that involves 2 deaths and that now involves a hazmat situation. So again, if you're familiar with this area, I want to sort of situate you here. This is the 1900 block of Delga, D-E-L-G-A, Delga Street, just up the way from the Greenway Church. If you know the church, this is just 1 block over, and this is the area right where the Trinity River crosses underneath 35W. Want to give you some live pictures right now once again where we can see this is a Fort Worth police cruiser blocking off what we understand to be Delga Street right there. We haven't seen too much traffic, too much movement down there. Presumably that's all the result of containing the scene, since this is in fact a hazmat situation as well, involving 2 bodies, or 2 people rather, that were found dead as soon as first responders got on scene. Braceda Olguin also has made her way over to the scene. She is live for us just a couple of feet away from where officials are holding the media back. Braceda, based on, I know you just got there, but based on what you've learned, what you're able to see, set the scene for us. What do you got?
Hey, Ken, a lot of details still remain unanswered. Fort Worth police, I have been able to talk to them, and they are working to push out more information. What we can say as of right now is that 2 people have been confirmed dead. That scene taking place just a couple of blocks away from us at a distance. You can see that the scene here is still active. At a distance, there is a car here, and it appears that there, just after 11:30 a.m., there was a crash here off Delga Street, and I have the Fort Worth PIO. Would you want to talk to us live right now? Do we have an extra mic for him? Because I know we're live as we speak. And so he's going to share the latest information on this situation, which, Ken, as you mentioned, I know it initially came in as a hazmat. We're hearing that it started with a crash. So he's going to clear all of that for us up right now as we are live on the stream. But this happened in a neighborhood. This looks to be a park right off Delga Street. Yes, I have Officer Buddy Calzada with the Fort Worth Police Department. What can you tell us about the scene here?
Sure. Keep in mind, this is a live situation. We're still investigating. It's still kind of fresh on the information we're getting. This call came out, like you said, at about 11:28. It appears that a single vehicle struck a parked car and then went about half a block up to where you see the rest there. First responders got on scene, firefighters as well. We noticed 1 deceased person inside the vehicle. The driver actually needed medical care. We started providing medical care, and he was pronounced deceased as well on scene. I can tell you that one of our firefighters had an immediate exposure, we believe, and has been transported to a local hospital just to make sure they're okay. But there's some type of unknown chemical in the vehicle that we're not sure of what it is, but we're handling this case very cautiously.
And that vehicle that crashed into the parked car is still here on scene at a distance.
Yes, ma'am.
That's the black van we're seeing.
That is the van that is facing northbound. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anything you can tell us about the 2 people who have been confirmed dead?
No, I can tell you that they're adults. We're trying to figure out what the actual cause of death is, and that's going to be the Tarrant County Medical Examiner that will give that to us. And so once we get that information, we'll be able to provide it. And again, we're working this scene kind of cautiously because of the what you see over here. Different chemicals inside, the unknown substance, we don't know what it is.
I mean, they must have been pretty strong to...
Obviously pretty strong to transport a firefighter and have 2 deceased in the vehicle.
What would be your message out to the public should this is happening in a neighborhood. This is also a public park. What's your message to the community?
Well, you know, we don't know where that vehicle was going or where that vehicle was headed. So, but as always, if you see something, say something. Obviously, somebody saw the wreck immediately and called 911. And so whoever acted and made that first phone call did the right thing, and what we always ask for police people to do.
At this point, neighbors who live in this area, should they remain inside their house? They're going to be getting out of work soon, making their way home.
Right.
School's being let out here shortly.
Right.
What's the best thing? Should they keep a distance because of that?
Sure. So we do have officers in the area that have a set perimeter. Individuals that are in their house are safe, and we do have people that are a little close by, but we're trying to get that contained and get it out of the area as quick as we can.
And this happened in the morning. It's a couple hours now that you guys have been out here.
That's right.
Do you believe you'll be out here for some time, given that there's chemicals?
Our investigators will. It's you know, we have to be careful when we transport this type of chemical that we don't know what it is. The puzzling thing is, you know, was it a hard enough accident to kill the two individuals? We don't know that. So we're taking everything step by step, making slow steps and keeping the neighborhood informed and setting a perimeter as safe as we can.
I know we're in a more residential area, but are there any cameras that you guys are able to check in the area? Does the park have any cameras?
Right, that's part of the investigation. Our main thing right now is securing the chemical and getting it out of here. Part of the investigation will be who may have Ring cameras. If anybody's watching right now and you have camera footage, please share it with us. Reach out to us at 817-392-4222.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you, officer. Take care. As we just heard from Fort Worth Police, they confirmed that this all started with an accident that crashed. A van crashed into a parked car. The two people inside that van are the ones who have been confirmed as dead, Ken. And that substance, those chemicals that have been found inside that vehicle at this hour remain unknown. We have crews here trying to figure out what exactly those chemicals are. And as you heard, Fort Worth Police also confirming that a firefighter has been sent to the hospital as a result of exposure to those chemicals. This is all happening in a residential area, just at a park, actually, and we're not that far off from Highway 35 as well. This is a developing scene, and as you heard, there are going to be police and investigators out here for quite some time. This happened at 11:30, so it's been a couple hours now, and it's still an active scene. Ken, any more questions that you have or that remain unanswered as I continue to have the PIO here with Fort Worth Police?
Yeah, Briseida, I think they've answered what they can up until this point. You know, just kind of curious because you made the point that obviously schools in the area, they're going to be letting out soon. Folks, at some point we're going to get right into the early part of rush hour. It seems like crews out there are moving so methodically to clear the chemical, whatever it is, that this is going to take a little while longer. I'm just curious if you've seen any of the neighbors out there, what they're saying, what they're doing. You know, we didn't hear Buddy Calzada specifically say stay inside your house, but you know, all indicators right now, Briseida, they point to maybe that's what they should be doing until this is rendered a safe scene. Do you sort of get the same sense there from the ground?
You know, I haven't seen that many neighbors. I did see maybe one or two, but everyone being inside at this hour, I think a lot of people are still at work. Maybe in the next 30 minutes or so, we'll see people starting to make their way back home. Now, this is also in a street that doesn't seem to be very busy. They do have the road, Delga Street, closed off at the moment. But even then, because this is just off towards the end of the neighborhood, we're not seeing that this area be too busy.
Hey,
from what we're hearing from police, I would say, yes, go ahead.
Oh, no, finish your thought. Go ahead. I do have a question, but go ahead and finish your thought.
I would say just with what we've heard from police and knowing that the fact that a firefighter has been sent to the hospital due to the exposure of this chemical, I think it would be best, as Fort Worth Police also said, it would be best for people just to stay away from the area as the investigation goes on. And because at this hour that chemical is unknown and we don't know how it could impact you, if you have children, if you live in this area of Fort Worth, our best bet, or let officers handle the investigation, finish what they have to do here before you start coming to this area. And if you can, if you don't have to come here, please try to let them handle their business before to avoid the area, basically.
Yeah, and that's great advice, Braceda. Right now, it seems like the main cliff note in all of this right now is that this has not been deemed safe as of yet. That this is still a hazmat situation where crews are working again, sort of slowly but methodically to try and render it safe and clear it of the chemicals that may have been inside that car.